Hey, welcome to Chill Spot After Dark, where we're going to tell all the raunchy stories that you've been waiting for.
After hours recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were keeping it squeaky clean for you motherfuckers before, but not now. No, this is the dirty episode of the Chill Spot
Yeah, we got our
podcast.
butts all lubed up and we're slapping them together.
What's your favorite kind of sediment?
Sediment? I'm a big fan of
What's your birthstone?
big fan of gravel myself.
It's gravel. Welcome to Chill Spot Podcast.
Yeah, welcome back. The reason why we did that bit is because we're recording in the dark.
Yeah.
Sam and I have,
We've been doing that.
Well, it's funny because you don't really like dim lights because it makes you tired.
Because it's pussy.
Because of what?
No, I said because it's pussy.
Because it's pussy shit, bro. Turn your lights off or keep them on, bro.
Yeah.
Never half-ass shit. You whole-ass the lights.
Yeah,
right?
You whole ass the lights up in here. No, I just it's I don't know. I just don't like
anything.
I guess I don't like being in the room while the lights are dimming. If I walk into a room and the lights are fully on, then I want them either on or I want them off. But if I walk into a room and the lights have been dimmed already, say for like a dance or a party of some kind, then that's just atmospheric. But I don't like it when someone's like, I just want to dim the lights. I just want to dim the lights. It's like nighttime. I want to dim the lights. It's like, no. The whole point of having lights is so that when it's nighttime, you have daytime, but inside.
But what if you...
So turn the lights on and leave them on. And if you want it dark, then leave it dark. That's what the sun going down is for.
Okay, but what if you want to watch TV and you don't want like fucking... you want to see the picture better? You turn the lights down or turn them off.
Yeah, off is fine. Off or on.
But off can be too dark sometimes.
Well, gussy up, buddy. Like, that's
well, I need
not
you to
my
stop being
problem.
such a fucking baby.
Like, fucking figure it out.
What are you, a cat? You got night vision? You a big fan of carrots? You eat lots of carrots?
Actually, I ate carrots every single day in school.
So you have excellent night vision.
From grade 3 until literally grade 12.
So you can
unless I bought my lunch, I always had carrots in my lunch.
So you can like see me right now in the dark. Like I'm completely clear to you because you eat so many carrots.
Pretty, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm sitting in front of my monitor.
Actually, though, I realized that my eyes are getting to the point where I'm going to need glasses for sure. Like I always knew it because both of my parents wear glasses. There were glasses all up and down my family. My aunts, uncles, grandparents, all of them wear glasses. You know all of them.
While you're talking, I want to look up something on that thought.
But I just like... I knew that, but my eyesight was always 20/20. And then I was sitting in front of my computer the other day and like I could read the words, but they weren't as clear as I've known them to be in the past. And I was like, oh shit, it's happening.
Yeah. Which
means that my body is aging, which is terrifying.
If it makes you feel any better, I just looked up what percentage of all people wear glasses, and around 61% of all people wear glasses.
That's not high enough.
That's half of all people.
In order for me to not feel bad about it, it's got to be like 90%.
You're fucked, people. Sam. Jesus Christ.
In order for me to feel good about it, and like I'm not like a special case of any kind, I need it to be like 85 to 90%.
Every single member of my family wears glasses.
Yeah.
So who cares?
Okay.
Like, glasses are fine, man. It happens to everybody.
No, my thing is that, okay, so you get glasses and you have your prescription. It doesn't stay the same for the rest of your life. If you're the kind of person who needs glasses, your eyes are only going to get worse as you get older, and access to optometrists is bullshit in our healthcare system. It costs so much money and is not covered by most medical plans, which I don't even have a basic medical plan to begin with. So there's that. It's going to be completely out of pocket. And I know that there are websites, okay? I know everybody's going to be up in the comments like, here's this website. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. This is very kind of you. But I know about all that already. But still, walking into an optometrist is expensive. And I don't have the money for that right now, and it's scary.
Okay, like I hear you. But at the same time, Sam, like a lot of people, poor, rich, otherwise, have glasses and wear glasses and are fine. Like it's not this like end of the world scenario that you're describing. Trust me.
Everybody always says that going to the optometrist is the worst. That they like poke your eye with stuff.
That's not true.
I don't know.
That is straight up not true.
I mean, like, and this has literally happened to me at an optometrist before when I was a kid. But like, I went for a routine checkup, and then I did all the vision tests and the like read this chart and blah blah blah, and like I aced it. Because I was young and my eyesight was perfect at the time.
Because I'm a fucking genius.
And so the lady was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this one thing, and she like stuck this like mechanism in my eye, and she was like, okay, so what I did was I numbed your eyes, and I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, so I numbed your eyes. That's probably why they feel a little fat and sticky right now. And I was like, what?
Why would she numb your eyes?
I don't know, because that was the last thing she did before my appointment ended. She like did that, and she was like, so they're gonna feel fat and sticky for about an hour, and you're done. And I was like, why did you do that to me?
Sam, I'll be honest with you.
I still to this day don't know why she did that to me.
I've had glasses since the 4th grade. I've been to the optometry office a lot.
Yeah.
I have never had my eyes numbed.
Well.
So, like, I don't know what the fuck. I think your doctor may have poisoned you.
Happened to me. It happened to me.
I'm not trying to say that it didn't happen. I just can't imagine why she would do that.
I can't either. That's why I don't like going to the optometrist.
Do you have a general fear of doctors?
No. I'm not scared. I don't want to. There's one less. I don't want to deal with it. There's one less thing that I have to deal with. Is that I always took comfort in, which is I don't have to go to the fucking optometrist. I don't have to deal with glasses every couple of years. I don't have to complain that like the screws on the arms of my glasses are loose, but I just have to deal with it anyways. I don't have like glasses that are uncomfortable. I don't have. Oh my god, that's even worse, dude.
I personally don't like contacts, but they are an alternative.
I can't do eye drops.
Oh come on, you can learn. You can learn to get better at that. I couldn't do eye drops either, but you do it and you get better at it.
Eye stuff is just gross. Like I don't like pictures that are just an eye. You know those like
you can't touch your eyeball?
Close up. No.
Wow.
No.
I can touch my eyeball.
And I can't apply eyeliner like without it like tickling so severely that I tear up and like just wash away all the eyeliner anyways. Like I can't do it.
Wow. I mean that's understandable because you're not used to it yet. Like these are things that you can get used to. Trust me when I say this. Like I remember in the 4th grade when I got my eyeglasses that I was like, I don't want more glasses. I can't like lay down on my side anymore. Like, fucking, I don't know how old are you in the 4th grade? Like 6 or 7?
No, because you're like 4 when you start
kindergarten.
School. So 5, 6, 7. You're like 8 or 9.
So almost 20 years later, I've been wearing glasses every day. It's really like it's fine, dude. Trust me when I say like it's fine.
And like I appreciate the accessory aspect of glasses.
Yeah, think about how cute you're gonna look in glasses.
But like, I don't want my eyesight to deteriorate.
Okay, so
and I don't want to have to like I didn't need glasses when I got my license. Then I'm gonna have to like go to Service Ontario and tell them that I need glasses on my license. I don't want to do that. I don't wanna.
I know. Going to Service Ontario does suck.
Oh, why do my eyes have to die and make me go to Service Ontario? God.
Okay, so like.
So stupid.
You know what it is? The reason why this conversation isn't affecting me the same way that it's affecting you is because like I don't have like. I'm not one of these people. Okay, so I mean, I've obviously said this before. I'm not going to go into the whole thing because it's quite long. But I'm not one of these people who like freak out about getting older. Because it's inevitable, right?
Yeah.
Like, I understand. Believe me, we've had lots of conversations about this. I understand why people would get upset. Like, I quite literally understand.
Well, we always quote the getting older conversation with that. There's like one part where they talk about it on the Super Mega Cast, which you listen to and I don't.
Yeah. Great podcast, by the way. Love those boys.
You were like, Matt's not afraid of getting older and Ryan is. Mm-hmm. And Ryan's afraid of it because he's afraid of his body like failing you. Well, and I was like, that's my feelings on it.
But at the same time, like... Getting older is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
So why be scared of it?
I don't have to enjoy. I don't have to like. How am I supposed to reconcile like not being able to not pee myself anymore?
Well,
how am I supposed to deal with the increased risk of osteoporosis?
How many old people are totally fucking fine? Like, there's no guarantee that plenty of them.
Everybody's got something. Everybody's got something,
and that's understandable. But you learn to live with it. It's like what I'm trying to say like it's not like you shouldn't be wary of these things. It's not like you just need to be like fuck it. At 80 years old, I'm gonna ride a bike and skateboard just like when I was 13 because youth, bro. Fucking youth. No, that's stupid. Humans are adaptable creatures. You are going to grow, learn, and change every step of your life. And sometimes you're going to deal with something that you don't necessarily want to deal with. Like, I can definitely foresee me having wrist and back problems growing up just because of my general discomfort right now.
I'm probably going to need a new hip.
You know, it's going to happen. I sleep
with a pillow between my knees. Like, I'm going to need a new hip.
But it's all right because we'll cross that bridge when we get there and things are going to be fine.
Expensive, and I don't know if I'm going to be in the career. I don't know if I am fiscally able to handle aging.
But you don't know if you are yet either. if you live in what ifs your whole life, you're never gonna get anything done. That's what gets me. And listen, I understand. Believe in me, I understand where you're coming from.
I just want to be prepared.
And you're valid. You are valid in what you're saying.
I want to be able to support myself when my body does start to age and deteriorate, and I can't just like shake it, like walk most things off anymore.
Yeah,
you know,
that's understandable.
But
you're probably not gonna have to deal with that.
When I was working, like I would come home, I had like I dead ass thought I had sciatica because like I read up about it, and like the shooting pain from like my leg up to my back.
Yeah,
and like
I remember
up and
that.
all up and down, and like how I couldn't walk sometimes because it was too painful to put pressure on like my left foot, my left or right foot. It switched.
Foot.
Sometimes like worried me a little bit, but ever since I stopped working and lifting heavy things all the time, that doesn't happen. Which
stress does things to you.
Very lucky that it was purely like stress and the job that I had, because you know if I have to get a job tomorrow, I just don't have to get that job again. Mm-hmm. I can do something else.
Something far less strenuous.
A lot less heavy lifting and walking around long distances. But, you know, I was like, back then, I was like, if I genuinely have sciatica, like I got to deal with this. You know, I have to do like stretches and, you know, like have certain things that I just simply can't do anymore. And I don't like, I don't have insurance. I don't have a career that, you know, like supports me. I don't work in a place that supports and understands the body deteriorating over time. So like that's scary. If it wasn't, if we just gave up on capitalism, I wouldn't be so afraid of getting older, because getting older means that you have to afford treatment. And if you can't afford treatment, like most people, getting older is scary because it means that you're going to have to suffer.
Well, you
don't have to suffer.
I understand, but like,
if I was rich, I wouldn't have these problems is what I mean.
I hear you, but what gets me is the what if aspect of it, right? Like anytime someone says, what if this, the opposite is true. Like immediately. And that, I guess it's just like a very personal opinion, but that's not how I think, right? If someone says like, oh, I don't know, you get in your car. Oh, what if you get into a car accident? Okay, but what if I don't? Like like, I get it.
That's literally cognitive behavioral therapy.
Well, literally.
That's what they tell you to do. It's like, you're like, because people like me, we worst case scenario everything. So like to combat that, CBT is like, okay, well, what happens if you don't? What happens if you go to the party and everybody doesn't hate you and you actually have a decent time? There's if it's possible that the worst thing can happen, it's also possible that the best thing can happen. So if you go into it with the belief that good things will happen, then good things will happen.
Or at least the belief that you don't know what's going to happen. And like not knowing doesn't mean something negative is going to happen. It just means you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's sort of where I sit, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm very much you got to take every day by day. Like I get like having foresight and I get like planning, like that's all not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When the day comes and you are in a situation, the best thing you do is just stay calm and deal with the situation, right? And we're talking about stress earlier, about how stress affects your body. Like building the stew or the Fort 2.0 or Fort Knox, as I've been calling it.
The farts.
The Fart Knox. I've been under a considerable amount of stress because there's been lots of trial and error in building this place. Yeah. And I gotta say, like, I didn't think that I was like an achy person or like a pain person, really. Like I don't feel pain when I walk around or anything, but like my back started acting up, like my shoulders were acting up. And I thought like maybe it was sitting in my chair wrong. I thought maybe I was having like I used to have like back problems when I was a kid. I used to go to the chiropractor for a long time. And I thought maybe that was just flaring up. But all that shit went away when I finally found a good plan and it started working. Yeah. Like this stress is synonymous with pain sometimes. It's crazy. Because I've never really experienced that before.
I guess I just I don't want to have to afford glasses. That's my thing. They're so expensive.
I mean, you'll find a way though. There's lots of ways to find, because like the one thing I do think is 100% real is that you're gonna have to go to the optometrist. You have to pay for that. Like that's bottom line, pay for right? The appointment. It'll be a couple $100s and it's probably gonna suck. But then once you have your prescription, you can just take that.
Yeah.
Like they'll want to keep it on file, but you don't have to let them keep it on file. You can just take it.
I know.
And once you have that, you can just buy cheap frames. You know?
Yeah.
Because it might be cheaper to buy like 3 really cheap frames versus like one $500 pair.
Yeah.
Because that's bullshit. Glasses.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that is something we do see eye to eye.
Or even
on.
just like
glasses are bullshit.
Like if you go to like Hakeem Optical.
Hakeem Optical.
They make it sound like it's so sweet. And I never understood why they were advertising it like it was exciting. They were like 2 pair of glasses for $300.
What a steal.
And I'm like, maybe buying 2 individual pairs of glasses rounds up to be more expensive. So it's like, yeah, it's more cost effective to do that. But like $300 is $300.
That's a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of fucking money.
I agree with that. Yeah. Glasses are far too expensive.
I don't want to spend $300 on 2 pairs of glasses. And I know, again, the websites, I know they exist. I can take the script and I can write it down and then they'll send me the glasses.
That's what I'm
going to do. And I can get 2
do.
pair of glasses for like $50, even like $75 to $80.
Hell yeah.
I will do that for glasses. It's just money. Why? Why does my body have to fail me? And why does that have to cost me money?
You're right. My body
fails me by making me have to spend money.
I'm sympathetic of that.
And I don't like it.
It's life for you, right? It's like when you get a car. You're going to fucking start paying for the car. It's like, you pay, like, it's kind of like buying a streaming service. You start using Spotify to listen to music, but the money you pay becomes worth it because you use it all the time.
Yeah.
The money you pay towards glasses become worth it immediately because you can see. Do you remember that one time in
before we move on, I have a hard time like when it comes to having to spend a lot of money on stuff, I have a hard time seeing what I'm going to get for my money and appreciating that. And all I see is money large
spent.
sums of money leaving my bank account. I don't like it. I'm supposed to have large sums of money in my bank account, not going out of my bank account. And I feel very out of control that there's nothing I can do to not spend large sums of money at points in my life.
That's a valid point.
You know, like when I bought my car, when I bought Sissy, I had a good chunk of money in my savings account. And it was, I remember when I started my savings account, my mom was like, this is not for buying fun stuff. This is for years down the road when you want to buy a house or a car. And then the time came for me to buy a car, the thing that my savings is meant for. And when I took the $6,800 out of my savings account and I physically saw the number go down, I felt pain in my chest.
Like, ouch. Yeah,
I felt physical pain in my chest.
You're like, oh.
And sometimes there's still, you know what? Like, I got a really good deal on my car, and luckily
that's a good price for a car, dude.
I didn't 100% drain my savings account buying my car. I still have more than half of what was in my savings before buying the car.
So what's your bank number
and
and
really
PIN?
Good. 123 555. No, but no, I still had I had more than half of my savings left after I bought my car, and it was so hard to just I was trying to talk my brain down. I was like, okay, don't freak out. You still have more than half your savings. You could and I'm like, this is not helping, but it was also helping. I was doomsdaying in my mind. I was like, you can still walk out that door and fall flat on your face and lose all of your teeth, and you would still have the money to fix all of your teeth after you bought this car, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But now I'm freaking out because I don't want to break all of my teeth all at once. So I'm walking very carefully down the street back to the apartment.
You gave yourself a new anxiety by trying to prove to yourself that you actually are fiscally responsible.
It sucks. Living with anxiety sucks. That is literally what I go through, Cam.
Yeah.
That is what I go through, and I will bet you $100 that somebody, because we have listeners who have anxiety, somebody is identifying with this right now.
For sure.
that is how shitty it is.
Okay.
And that's the shitty thing about anxiety, is that all of it is irrational. All of it is irrational.
Of course
I understand what I sound like when I say that. I'm being irrational. But that's what it is.
Can I put an example? Trying to quantify it in my head. Are you the grass is greener on the other side? Where's that other side though?
Yeah.
Where is it? Where's the greenery? Help! Is that what anxiety is?
No. It's anxiety is the grass is greener on the other side. But then why is the grass greener though? Who made it that green? Why is this side not as green as the other side? What are they doing?
Why can't my side be green?
What are they doing to their grass that's making it so green? What am I not doing? Why is my grass brown? Why did I let the grass go brown? I gotta water it right now. Okay, but that person's probably also using pesticides and shit. And it's okay, I want to use pesticides, but pesticides are bad for the environment. But I want green grass. Why isn't my grass green?
Yeah.
It's just that all the time.
Do you think my parents upstairs heard me screaming help just now?
We're gonna go upstairs like very like calm. We'll be like, hey everybody, I'm ready for dinner. And your parents will be like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, you guys were like screaming downstairs?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
It like went through the soundproofing. I thought the whole point of this was that the soundproofing was gonna be so that we don't have to hear you.
It's a good test to see whether or not, because whenever I'm down here and I close this door, Mom says she can't hear me at all. Like it's like quite quiet.
Yeah, and you've played like D&D and stuff where you get loud.
Because I'm narrating and in character and yada yada.
You're
this,
also
that, and the
loud.
other thing. Mm-hmm.
You're loud.
I'm a pretty loud person by default.
Yeah,
I have big lungs and large vocal cords. So.
Sure, that's what it is.
Excuse me.
You're not a boy who's never had to be told to be quiet in his life for the inconvenience of others. No,
I've frequently been told to be quiet in my life. I'm told to be quiet almost every day of my life. I was going to bring something up. We were talking about anxiety, me feeling like I was afraid that I was going to lose all of my teeth all at once. Right.
And how like I was super careful after I bought my car because taking a huge chunk of money out of my savings account is painful, like physically painful.
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember.
The grass is greener anecdote. But yeah, no. I am trying to like relish and like sometimes I still think about how painful it was to take all that and how that money's like not in my account anymore. I haven't like made $6,800 back since I bought the car.
That's a lot of money. Yeah.
So every time I think about how painful that is, I just try and remember how nice it is to have the thing though. Like I'm so glad I spent that money. I'm so glad that I can like
sissy now.
Go everywhere I want when I want, and
it's like we were talking about with glasses.
The freedom that entails in like spending that money.
The money feels good to spend because now you have freedom of movement in terms of like getting around. You can come here. It
benefited my life in a big way.
We don't got to record over fucking Zencaster anymore.
Yeah.
You can come here and sit in this basement.
It wasn't that wasn't we recorded over Zencaster for social distancing purposes. I was still commuting to Mississauga from Kitchener to record this podcast. It's just I was doing it via Go Bus and losing my mind because a Go Bus from Kitchener to Mississauga is 2 hours.
That doesn't make any sense.
It takes me 50 minutes to drive from my house to your house in Mississauga.
Yeah.
Like to go from 50 minutes to 2 hours and know that it only takes 50 minutes.
That's asinine.
It hurts me so bad. It hurts me so bad. I'm like, let's get rid of some of these fucking... Like, if we're in Mississauga, let's not go to fucking... what's the one stop? It's like a nothing. It's a nothing area. It's like right next to a
I know what you mean.
entrance.
It's some bumfuck stop in Milton
I'm like,
or some
let's
shit.
skip this. Let's go straight to square one. Like, let's not make other stops in Mississauga. Let's not make other stops in Kitchener. Just like the one stop in Kitchener, the one stop in Mississauga, and then all the stops in between, and just shave some time off of this because this is bullshit. This has got to go.
They must have ended this route because when I was in university, we're talking about bus routes right now. When I was in university, there was a route that would take you from Waterloo to Square One, like Waterloo Laurier Square One.
Wow.
Yeah, the 25C.
Maybe I just didn't... Well, maybe I just wasn't close enough to that one. Because, like, where I was geographically, the stop...
You might have had to go to UW to get that stop.
Yeah, I would have had to go to UW or Laurier to get that bus.
And at that point, you're already spending an hour getting there, busing.
More commute time, yeah.
So then, that's useless. You're already... Yeah. You've literally... It's going to take 2 hours to get there anyway.
Yeah.
So you may as well just take... the bus.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep. I may as well, like, walk to the stop. I was living at the apartment at the time when this happened. I was like, I may as well walk to the stop that is like around the corner from the apartment.
That feels like a lifetime ago.
I know.
It is crazy.
I know.
Like that came and went, and then COVID and Jesus Christ.
I mean, like COVID kind of came in as I was leaving the apartment.
Well, COVID. I mean, like
I was coming home to the apartment and like showering and cleaning my uniform every day and all that stuff.
What's fucked up about that? Because like obviously. We're still in COVID for those listening in the future. We're just all during COVID, and COVID has been a fucking bummer.
Yeah.
So the thing with COVID that was crazy because the longest time from like January to like March when it really popped off, those 3 months were like fucking COVID, like wash your hands, pussy, like fuck off.
Yeah.
And then like the NBA canceled its season, and like all the sports canceled their season. And everyone was like, okay, this is way more serious than we ever gave it credit for.
Yeah.
And then it's continued to be nothing but serious. So wear a mask, everyone, please. I want to go outside again.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like go outside and walk around the fucking park like I've done every day like a psychopath.
But we need a vaccine.
Yeah, of course.
We need a vaccine and we need some kind of cure because a vaccine is only for people who don't already have.
Well, we need like antibiotics to help like fight symptoms, right? Like, because COVID is one of those things. Like, COVID isn't going to go away, right? COVID is going to be something we deal with as a society forever now.
No, but the question is are we going to be able to cure COVID, right? Because there's no like cure for AIDS.
There's not a lot of cures for anything.
You can like live with AIDS.
Well, because medical treatment is more interested in treatment than cures, right? There's no cure for like the flu, or there's no cure for like there's no cure for like the cold, right? You like take an Advil and take the day off.
Isn't there a cure for the flu?
I don't think so. It's all treatment, right? Because you can get a vaccine for the flu.
Yeah,
but that's not not a cure though.
You can take antibiotics, which I think in time will.
But there's no take Fluiball. It's a cure for the flu.
Yeah,
it's like no, take these T3s and then lay down for a week and you'll feel better, right? Like those are antibiotics. Those are like
and
treatments.
The flu still kills people every year.
Oh yeah, the flu kills more people than COVID every year.
We didn't have COVID up until 4 months ago.
Yeah, but the flu doesn't kill 2 million people in 3 months.
In 3 months, yeah, exactly.
Like, that's, okay, I'm not going to beat a horse because it's been beaten, but, like, that was the most asinine response of some people, where it's like, whatever, the flu kills, like, 65,000 people a year, blah, 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 blah. Well, it's like, yeah, but there's, like, millions of people who are infected and thousands of people who've died. I think we're almost at 2 million people dead.
Yeah.
Maybe even more, actually, at this time of recording.
Yeah.
I don't have the numbers in front of me. I'm not going to Google it.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna remain ignorant on that.
We're a podcast where we talk. We're not figures. We're not important people.
Yeah,
we have no sway.
To be an expert on any of this.
Don't listen to us.
Did you say we don't know sway?
No, we don't have sway.
Oh, we don't have sway.
Yeah.
I thought you said we don't know
sway in the morning.
Yeah, I was like, you're right. We don't.
Oh my god, I'd love to go on sway in the morning, but I'm not a rapper.
Yeah.
I would be useless on sway in the morning.
Oh my god, he doesn't just make people do freestyles though.
No, sometimes he just
talk show. Like he has like actors on.
Does it really? I thought Sway in the Morning was mostly just like musicians.
I think it's a lot of musicians, but I think actors go on sometimes. I think like Will Smith has been. Will Smith
is a rapper. Yeah.
I forgot. Well,
he's a fucking YouTuber now.
I forgot about Switch. Yeah.
Oh, we never really talked about that. The Red Table incident with Jada and Will.
Oh, the entanglement.
Yeah, the entanglement. What a fuck. Just say you fucked him,
Man,
Jada.
Black people be like that.
Just say you fucked him.
Black people be like that. They know when they're wrong, and how you know they know that they're wrong is that they change the vocabulary.
Yeah, they downplay it. I shouldn't say they, because I don't know. I'm not trying to like say that I know.
Yeah.
But like, are you trying to say that they downplay it?
They don't yeah. Well, yeah, I guess they do downplay it. They downplay it by like, and it's so frustrating because once they've come up with a word, I have experience with this. Once they come up with a word to describe, I'm not going to air out family dirty laundry because that's not cool.
It's not fun dirty laundry.
No.
It's not like podcast story.
No, but once they have a word to describe what they've done that they think decriminalizes them in some way, they just use that forever. And then it's just like, at that point, you may as well bash your head into a wall because you can't have a conversation with them because like, it's going to be like, so when you cheated, and then they'll be like, you mean when I had my entanglement? I'm like, right. So when you cheated, and they're like, entanglement. And then, like, I can't get my point out about
because they're battling semantics.
Because they're battling semantics. That's it. They turn it into semantics, and then it's not an argument anymore. You may as well just stuff yourself into a turkey.
Listen, I haven't seen this video. I'm not down to watch a 15-minute video of two married people talking about their fucking affair.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
I really don't care.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't really see it for Red Table Talk as a whole.
Red Table Talk is pretty pretentious. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, the thing is, see, at least we cop to the fact that we're not experts, but like Jada Pinkett Smith is trying to like further the culture with this Red Table Talk, and it's like, but you're not an expert on anything. Like, she has people come in,
a talented person, and like
she has people come in and talk about like marijuana, but it's just like her and Jaden and Willow and Trey, and it's like, your kids aren't experts about marijuana. And I guess if you're a parent and you think or you know that your kid is smoking weed and you want to have a conversation and you want to see these people getting along with their kids talking about marijuana and you feel better about it, then yeah, I guess Red Table Talk is doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Sure.
But I feel like it's gotten to the point now where people look to Red Table Talk as like a serious way to form their opinions on stuff. And it's like, you don't have to take what Jada Pinkett and her mom say as your opinion. You can form your own opinion. You can certainly watch Red Table Talk and form your own opinion.
And enjoy it. You can certainly enjoy it.
But like, don't look to them. And people don't do this on purpose, but they do it regardless.
Yeah.
Don't look to them for your opinion.
Yeah.
Form your own opinion.
I mean, we preach this up and down till the day we die, but like, listen, if you agree with someone online, that's great, but you shouldn't make their opinion your opinion.
And like, just because you agree with them on like 2 or 3 things doesn't mean that you can now agree with them about everything.
Yeah.
You know?
I would actually argue that the opposite is true.
Yeah.
You're more than likely going to disagree with someone than you are likely to agree with them.
Like I've mentioned before that I listened to Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard.
Oh, have you?
I do not agree with a lot of the stuff that he says.
Whoa, hang on. You listened to Armchair Expert? By Dax Shepard?
The fuck? I haven't talked about it in a really long time.
It's been like, it has been like 20 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can just get all the way out of my vagina.
Well, tell me about Dax. What's wrong with Dax?
Well, okay. Oh my God. I mean, if you want to agree with
Dax Shepard,
if you want to agree with Dax Shepard and then like not agree with Dax Shepard, you can listen to literally any episode that doesn't have a black person on it, and they'll go listen to the Talib Kweli episode.
Right.
Because it's holy shit, dude.
Well,
he said in the end, like he retracted it at the very beginning. He like recorded the interview and then said the shitty thing, and then pre-recorded the intro, which is how they do every episode, where he like retracted his statement on the matter. But in the interview, he said that like Sam Harris wasn't a racist. And it's like...
remind me who Sam Harris is.
He's like a right-wing... I forget if he's a radio host or podcaster or talk show host.
Like a pundit.
Yeah, he's a pundit. He's like a right-wing pundit. I forget what he did specifically, but he's like very right-wing and popular with right-wing crowds.
Like a Ben Shapiro type.
Yes, he's in the vein of Ben Shapiro. And Talib Kweli was like, Sam Harris is a racist. And Dax was like, well, and I was like, no. As soon as he didn't like immediately say that Sam Harris is a racist, I was like,
did he do the
buddy.
thing? Did he do the thing that white people do? Like, well, I wouldn't call him a racist.
And he like dances around it, yeah, and then he's like, yeah.
Why? I really gotta wonder.
And I'm like, ooh, buddy, do I ever disagree with you? It's like I agree with you on so much shit, especially because like he's a recovering addict.
Dax is.
Yes, he's got like 16 years. It's really admirable. But
yeah, for sure.
So when it comes to like drugs and decriminalization and the war on drugs and stuff like that, like I tend to agree with a lot of what he says because our beliefs just align in that way. When it comes to right-wing pundits, and like,
maybe you don't agree.
Oh my God, he like worships Howard Stern.
Well, Howard Stern is an interesting case. I got to be honest with you. I've never listened to Howard Stern.
And it's like he does get some good interviews out of people, but at the same time, like the shock jock thing, I don't think he does it so much anymore. But like,
he signed a deal with like, I want to say like HBO or something. No, Sirius Satellite Radio. That's what
I was gonna say because he has a show on Sirius.
Well, that's why I was confused.
Forever. He's been with Sirius XM forever.
Right, but he signed some like. Apparently, my dad was telling me that he signed some like massive, like multi-million-dollar deal for like exclusivity on Sirius.
Yes.
Which is brilliant in my opinion for him. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, of course, it's a good home for him.
I want to comment on what you said about Dax though, because like, obviously, I don't think you do this, but it's important to consume media, especially stuff like we do, like podcasts, like which is just like. If you really want to split it down to simplicities, it's people giving their opinions for an hour.
Yeah.
That's all podcasts are.
Well, no, there are podcasts with research behind them.
Well, but that's opinions. That's what it is. It's still an opinion. Anyway.
I don't want to derail you, but I disagree.
Whatever. So, not whatever to what you said. Like, continue. It's okay to listen to stuff that you don't always agree with.
Yeah.
I actually think it's healthy to do that.
Yeah.
Because what you want to do... And this is coming from someone who screams up and down that you should not listen to me. What you want to do is avoid putting yourself in a vacuum.
Yeah.
You want to avoid bubbles.
Yeah.
Right? Echo chambers. You don't want to hear what you love to hear thrown in your ears constantly. And that might mean supporting someone who, and listen, I don't mean like supporting a racist. I don't mean supporting a rapist or like bad people.
Just like a general like I'm gonna call them upsetters. There's a better word for it, but like
shit disturbers.
Shit disturbers.
Yeah, there's a line that gets drawn. Obviously, everyone has their own line, but it's okay if you're listening to your favorite podcast and the host is really funny and they make all these jokes, but then they say something you don't agree with.
Yeah,
it's okay. Just understand why you don't agree with it and move on.
I think,
but there's a line, of course.
Yeah, and I think I'm just going to tell you what the line is. At least what I think. The line is that if your beliefs, and this is like all over social media, as I'm just regurgitating stuff that I saw on like Twitter and Tumblr. Mm-hmm. But if your opinion, goes against me living, then I'm not listening to that. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna listen to fucking
politics.
Ben Shapiro. I'm not gonna listen to fucking Joe Rogan. I'm not gonna listen to. I'm trying to think of another like problematic person. Fucking
like
Bill
Alex
Maher.
Jones, Bill
Maher. I'm not gonna listen to anything like that because they want me and people that I care about dead.
Essentially.
Like, they're not like out like these people should die because they know better. Mm-hmm. But they don't want the best for trans people, for immigrants, for gay people, for people of color.
They're anti-human rights. They're anti non-white human rights.
They wouldn't say that, but like it is. It's
you know what it is.
It's a fact of the matter. So what I'm getting at with like Dax Shepard and listening to Armchair Expert is that I get that other view. However, as of this recording, to the best of my knowledge, at the time with what I have, I know that Dax Shepard isn't transphobic. I know that he's not homophobic. I know that he doesn't fuck with the war on drugs, children in cages, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stuff that is very life or death. Like, you don't get to have an opinion on children in cages. Either you want the children out of the cages or you are okay with children in cages.
What I meant more is if you really like The Dark Knight and a podcast host says that they don't like The Dark Knight, you don't need to stop listening to that podcast.
Listen to why that person doesn't like The Dark Knight.
It's okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
More like, listen, human rights should not be a political thing, ever.
Never.
Right? Like, it is, obviously, but it ought to not be, right?
Yeah.
The right wing live in this illusion that everything is fine, that like there is no inequality, like inequality does not exist, which is total bullshit, as anyone with a brain knows. Yeah. But that's the reality they live in, and it's not okay, and there's a line. That's the line, right? I mean more like, I don't know, I really liked Animal Crossing. Of course, I still like Animal Crossing. I haven't played in a couple weeks, but I really do love Animal Crossing.
Yeah. My turnip prices for the afternoon. Remind me before dinner.
I won't forget. But there are people out there that don't like Animal Crossing. Yeah. And sometimes they make pretty valid points as to why they don't like Animal Crossing.
And to put, like, liking Animal Crossing is something that you hold very dear to you.
Clearly.
But, like, and maybe it stings a little bit to hear somebody say, I fucking hate Animal Crossing. But if they can give you good reasons as to why, then, like...
You just don't have to agree.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to agree, but it's good to listen and get a rounded view on how that person feels about that.
It's amazing how your anger will go away when you understand something. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean that. I know it sounds obvious, but I think a lot of people struggle with that. I know I did for a long time. Yeah. Where I was like, I know why he thinks this, but he's wrong. Yeah. Well, it's like, well, no, he's not wrong. It's just what he thinks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's okay. And it's okay.
Jinxie, you owe me a soda.
High five, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like things that you can have an opinion about are like movies and games and TV and music and fashion, shit like that. You can't have an opinion on somebody's right to live.
Of course not.
So like, yeah.
And
I don't have to sympathize with any of that.
What really gets me about that, and like, it's like, I don't understand the right wing mentality of like plugging your ears and going like la 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 la, like just
or just it's very like surface level. Like I remember
like this black person is doing okay, so therefore all black people must be doing okay.
Somebody that and this was years ago, got into an argument with me about immigration, and we're getting into an argument, and he said something like, I don't understand. And like your birthday was like the week before or something like that. And he was like, Sam, I'm a nice person. I bought a cake for your boyfriend's birthday and we had a great time together. And it's like, buddy, just because we had a good night, like with you and me and my friends, doesn't mean that you don't want to see me and people who look like me dead.
Right. It's not,
and like that's the right wing mentality. It's like, you can tell a right-wing person that racism is still very much alive and well and is killing people. And then they'll be like, but there's a black man walking down the street and he's completely unbothered right now. So we must live in an okay world. And it's like, that is so ignorant. And that is so surface level and such a juvenile way to to
navigate this issue,
navigate the issue, and to see the world. That's a very, I didn't want to say that, but I couldn't think of what I really wanted to say.
It's a narrow worldview.
Yeah.
Right, because the whole conservative mentality is like things are fine, don't change. It's
very like object permanence, like lacking in object permanence. It's like, well, the black people being lynched today, like literally in 2020, aren't in front of me hanging from the trees right now, and there's a black man walking down the street, so we must be okay. Yeah. It must be somewhere else, and it's like,
not how that works, dude.
That's not. Ooh, and again, in this day and age, I simply am not going to make the case for you having compassion anymore.
I don't know. You know, I don't know how to tell people to care about people anymore.
I can't. You know, if I tell you that black trans women are being lynched and hung from trees somewhere else right now, and you see a black trans woman walking down the street, and you're like, but she's okay, so it can't be that bad, or it must just be like a few small people. It's like, well, I want 0 black trans women lynched. I want 0.
Well, what is it?
I don't want to just say like it's somewhere else. I want none. I want them all to live until they're 107.
What's the saying? How does it go? It's like one death is a tragedy, but 1,000 is a statistic or something. I may have got that backwards. I don't know. It's, you know what? Fuck it. Forget about that.
Something about blah 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 acceptable losses.
Well, that's what I was getting at.
There's this thought process, and it's rife with like politicians and the military, that like it's impossible to not lose everybody. So there's a certain number of bodies that we have to be okay with losing, which is super desensitized.
You know what it is? Like, okay, this is complicated. So I really want to get my words right when I say this.
Okay.
I think that's true to a certain extent in terms of facing realities as a leader of a country. However, I think it's being used inappropriately to justify and desensitize the masses to things like thousands of people dying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think that acceptable losses, I don't think it's okay, but I do think it's real. You know what I mean when I say that?
I know what you're saying. I can't think of a situation in which I am okay with losing somebody.
Well, neither am I. But at the same time, I don't think...
It's like, I understand what you're saying, but I can't justify it, so I don't want to subscribe to it.
Well, that's just it. I'm not trying to say that acceptable losses are okay. I just think that, like, if you're a leader of a country, or you're a leader of an army, or you're, like, doing you're the leader of something, there's a certain amount of realities you need to face.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're comfortable.
Well, if I can go full flower child here, no armies, please.
No ideally, right? Ideally.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, ideally, there would be no acceptable losses, but we don't live in an ideal world, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
The problem with ideal losses, if for some reason you can buy that reality, if you're not, I don't want to use the word okay, because I don't think you should be okay with this.
Yeah.
I just think you need to understand that it happens.
Yeah.
The media then turns around and is like, 10,000 people die of COVID, but like 50,000 people die of the flu. But it's like, I shouldn't be okay with either of them.
Yeah. That's 10,000 loved ones.
You know?
Like, please, no.
And I'm sorry if my point was a little disjointed and all over the place, but like, that's sort of what I'm trying to get at, is that like acceptable losses are a real thing.
Yeah.
It's unavoidable and it's real.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to accept them. But I think the media is using the term and the notion and the numbers against us to make us okay with things like large amounts of loss.
Yes. Yeah.
If what I'm saying is coherent.
I see where you're getting at here. My only thing is like, I just don't know how to turn this around and be like, so this is a situation where like acceptable losses is okay. I
don't think that exists.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. So let's just call it for what it is then. The term acceptable losses is a term used by the powers that currently be, media, politicians, etc., to make us comfortable with large amounts of death. And that's not okay.
I agree with that, yeah.
It was simply a term created to make us okay with large amounts of death. And that's not okay. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
I understand that people die. I understand that death happens. I don't want to see death happen when it's 100% preventable. We don't have to go to war with everybody. We don't have, like, if we disagree with what a country's doing, we don't have to, like, fight them literally and, like, kill them. That's not, it's not like, you make it sound like that's just what it comes to when we can't sit down at a table and disagree. But I think if the option to shoot somebody is on the table, then you're subconsciously going to make it so that you can't get to that point.
It's like the Chekhov's gun in a way. I
guess.
Well, you know the term.
Yeah, if you introduce a gun in the first act, it has to be shot by the second.
Well, it's like, if
where I'm getting confused with that term is like, I guess what you're saying is that, like, if
shooting people is an option, people are going to lean towards that.
Exactly.
Exactly. Because it's the easiest one.
Yeah, it takes care of business fastest.
You know.
But acceptable losses is just, like, not something that I'm cool with.
I got into a very heated discussion.
Seems to only be used to justify war and pandemics.
With some loved ones. Not my parents or anything, but saying something like just downplaying the idea of COVID deaths, right? Like, at the time, it was only about 30,000 people dead, which is still
30,000
Yes, but let me finish. So, like, their whole point was, like, 30,000 people is a lot of people, but there are more people who die from, like, heart attacks every year or some shit, right? But my fucking argument is that a single person shouldn't have died of COVID.
Yeah.
Like, this could and should have been prevented, and there's obviously lots of... That's a very political thing,
but see,
you know?
Okay, so I guess that's a situation where I would be okay with acceptable losses, because I can't do anything about heart attacks.
Okay, I see what you mean.
We can do things about COVID. We can social distance. We can work to find a cure. We can work to build a vaccine. We can wear masks. We can wash our hands, practice good hygiene. Those are things that we can control to slow. And then as far as, like, finding a cure is, like, stop this illness that is ensuring that people die a slow and painful and scary death.
Right.
I can't do anything about people are going to die of heart attacks every year. Shit just happens, you know?
You can't equate heart attacks.
Perfectly healthy people drop of heart attacks, and it's very sad, but there is nothing we can do about it. A heart is going to do what a heart is going to do. That's just nature. I can't do anything about that.
You can't equate something you can't control with something you can control.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, we figured it out.
There we go. You know what? Good job. Good for us, right?
For us, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We start off with something difficult, and then we made it to the other end.
Yeah.
All right, but listen.
Crazy how sorry, I'm trying to stop using the word crazy so much. It was brought to my attention by somebody that I like that...
Well, it's a little ableist.
Yeah, for them. And if it's an issue for one person, it's probably an issue for more than one person.
There's so many alternatives. You can use nuts or wild.
Yeah.
You know?
So what is wild about this journey that we just went on trying to figure out how we feel about the term acceptable losses? That was like 15 minutes of thought.
Just about, yeah.
It's like conversation. If you take like 15 minutes to really grapple with something that you don't understand and hopefully get some clarity on it, world would be a better place.
Yeah. It's true.
World would be a better place.
I don't disagree with you, but it is also worth saying that we are literally in a dark black box with only the option to figure things out.
Yes.
You know, like we put ourselves in a situation where, like, we're talking and we're not going to end this conversation with a disagreement, obviously.
Yes.
So we have I'm not going to say lucky situation, but I think everyone has 15 minutes. But I don't know how many people have, like, 15 straight minutes to sit with an uncomfortable subject and really figure it out. You know?
In which case, let's normalize saying that you simply don't know, or that you're not educated enough on the topic, and that you would like to spend some time figuring it out before you say whether something is here or there.
There is nothing I love more than saying that, because it ends every uncomfortable conversation instantly. Because like if I seriously am uncomfortable by something and I don't know, I'm going to be like, listen, like, I don't know, I need to figure this out, and then I'll come back to you later.
Yeah.
You know. But listen, I'm getting texts from my mommy saying that dinner is ready. So this is going to be a little bit of a shorter podcast, guys.
What are we at right now? 45?
48.
48? I could deal with that.
Yeah, you know, not so bad. We had a good discussion.
I could deal with that.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? If this episode wasn't long enough for you, guess what? We have, like 54, 53 other episodes?
This is episode 53.
So we have 52 other episodes.
No, this is episode 54. My apologies.
So we have 53 other episodes. For you to listen to and enjoy. We made a bunch. We're proud of all of them. And you can find links to those in the description.
Mm-hmm.
You can check us out on Twitter.
If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, you please drop a like. That'd be cool.
And a review if you would like, because those help. We got to start pushing that.
No kidding.
No, reviews really do help.
If you click the description box, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can always check out our Linktree link, which has all that useful shit. You can join our Discord to partake in our conversations. Like earlier today, a bunch of people were talking about cell phone plans in our Discord.
Well, it's cool because now we're getting some international folks in there, like the States and the UK. And phone plans are so different all around the world. And Canada truly gets boned the most.
Oh, 100%.
As far as cell phone plans go. So, join the conversation. You got like a whole bunch of friends that you can text and talk with at any given time, which is sweet. Linktree has links to, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Twitch,
Google Play
for our streams. Keep up with us on social media to
Twitter,
find out when
Instagram,
and what we're streaming.
We are at Chill Spot Show.
Yeah,
on all social medias.
We changed the handle recently. So, Chill Spot Show on all social media platforms.
The two that we're on.
3 technically. I have been posting to Facebook more. I just haven't been advertising it per se.
What? Really? I didn't even realize you were posting to Facebook.
Yeah, I just figured.
No one follows that page.
I just figured, why the hell? Why the hell not? I'll fix it up. I'll dust it off. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, so follow us on Facebook soon, I guess, if you want.
I'll make it work.
Make a LinkedIn, like get on that shit.
Hey, And thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week, Tuesday, 3 p.m., baby.
It's been a real pleasure. You've been a real peach.
Bye.
Mwah.